Yo, hi, it's hectic, Shem. I haven't been in the gym in a while, guys. Like, a girl can't even jump. Like, guys, I can't jump. I can't even jump.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Come and spend my first day back at the gym with me. So once we got there, the first thing that I do, guys, is prioritize my warm-ups, and I will warm up for 10 minutes, so they differ. Sometimes I'll cycle as a warm-up, sometimes I'll run, sometimes I'll skip. So today I'm running, and I hated it, man. Like, it was difficult, but you know what, the most important thing is that I was there and we started, and I'm proud of the progress that we made. Even though the speed is slow, we'll get there though. We'll get there. We always get there, so just prioritize start, because once you start, everything else will flow. So the second thing that I prioritize is stretching. I started off with this butterfly stretch. I'd say for this exercise to be most effective, use your elbows or even your hands if you're a beginner to push down on your knees so that it really stretches your inner thighs. The next exercise I move to is seated spinal twist. So this one is a stretch that is actually targeted at stretching your back, specifically your spinal cord. So you should feel it at the bottom, your lower back. Just hold for 10 seconds and you should feel it on your lower back. Then we switch into the downward dog. So if you're a beginner, I would suggest that you actually just focus on holding the stance instead of moving back and forth. But you'll see as you progress, you'll be able to move back and forth, and you'll find it easier for you to move back and forth like this. But when you're just starting, just hold the stance. Next up is the cat cow. This is pretty simple, guys. Just do what I'm doing. It's pretty simple. It should also target your back. You'll feel it, you'll feel the pull. It's so relaxing. Then I switched to the cobra, and I just want to emphasize at this point that I hope that you guys are holding these stretches for 10 seconds each. So I'm moving quickly, or it seems as if I'm moving quickly because this is obviously edited, but you need to hold each stance for 10 seconds or do the stretch 10 times 2, so for 2 sets. Now let us look at the child pose. So you know how babies do, right? They usually do this weird thing where they'll sleep like this. So it's called the child pose, and it is also a really good stretch to try doing as a beginner. I think it's pretty simple, and you should try and go as flat as you can with your bum there. Next up is just stretching my legs. I always prioritize stretching my legs. Basically the front of my leg right now. This is targeted at that because I do a lot of
Quad and leg exercises. After my stretching, I get into my weight training. So the first exercise that I'm going to do here is called the bicep curl to overhead press. As the name suggests, it targets your biceps, and I do the overhead presses for my back because I train a lot of back as well, to sculpt that back so that you create that tiny waist illusion. I will do 10 each side, and then I will repeat the set twice. Next up is one of my favorites, the Bulgarian split squat. So like my previous exercise, I will do this one 10 each side, and then I'll repeat the set twice. And this one is targeted at your legs. Like, I love training legs, glutes, hamstrings, quads, So yeah, this is the way to go, guys. Like, try doing this set as often as you can. It's really effective. One of my favorites, like I said. And with every single exercise that you do, try to focus on your technique. Like, the most important thing is your technique. So try to perfect your technique before you increase your reps or you increase the number of exercises. Technique is most important because you want results, right? The next exercise is overhead tricep extension. This one is really good for the back of your arms. So it targets the fat that is on the back of your arms. If you're tired of having your arms flapping in the wind, this is the exercise for you. Try to focus on keeping your arms as close to your ears as possible for better effect. Reverse cross lunges, one of my favorites as well. It targets your legs, your glutes, your quads, hamstrings, so I love it. I really love it. Here again, I'm going to emphasize technique. Make sure you push out that bum and try to make your movements move in a squatted position, essentially. Again, 10 times and repeat the set twice. The heat exercise, burpees, one of my favorites as well. I love it because it's a full body exercise, so it'll target everything in your body. I love it. I always incorporate heat exercises at the end of my workout. It's a great way to test your fitness level as well, and it is my 5th exercise. I always go for 5 exercises outside of the stretching, of course, and the warm-up. I hope you learned a few things from this video, guys. I'll see you in my next video.